Are you canceling the reservation?
Oh, I'm sorry, Helen.
The restaurant that I reserved is owned by the parents of Mr. Wallace, our CEO.
What?
Trouble Busters!
My name is Helen. My colleague, Brianna, broke up with her boyfriend, so I'm here so she could talk to me. Please, talk to me anytime. My ex drives a Lamborghini. Really? That's amazing. That's not the point. Just listen. I just ended up slamming shut the door just a bit aggressively, and he got upset over it. That's why we broke up. What? That's ridiculous. Lamborghinis should have electric doors, though. It was electric, but it closed when I forced it to close. By the way, about our lunch. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think it was electric. Yes, it was. Stop. You're making me look like I was lying. Are you sure it was a real car? Helen, just stop.
Helen, Mr. Sonoma is calling for you.
Okay, I'll be right there. Sir, did you need to talk to me?
Hello, Helen. I wanted to tell you that we're going with the restaurant that you recommended to host the company's celebration party next week.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I found a perfect place for us.
Yup, we decided it with a process of elimination.
Process of elimination?
Of course, everyone agreed to it only because I was the one who reserved that restaurant.
Thank you very much. I guess I don't mind letting him say that. I mean, he's not harming me in any way. However, little did I know. Are you canceling the reservation?
Oh, I'm sorry, Helen. I was thinking about it until just this morning, but we decided to go with the other restaurant that was nominated.
You were thinking about it until just this morning?
Both you and Melanie had wonderful suggestions, so I ended up thinking about it until the last minute.
That's ridiculous. You thought about it for too long.
I'm sorry. I'll be careful moving forward.
I have to ask you about the cancellation.
Huh? Do we have to pay for that?
Of course we do. What made you think we'll get away without paying anything?
I didn't decide on the restaurant you suggested because that restaurant should have done a better job, right?
Should have done better? Mr. Sonoma.
Just get here as soon as possible, okay? Is everything okay? Oh, hello, Mr. Wallace. Everything is okay. Helen just happened to accidentally show up at one of the restaurants we were considering to host the company's celebration. A restaurant we were considering? Yup, the restaurant Helen chose was terrible. Terrible? Really? The restaurant is dirty, the food is horrible, they have bad service. Nothing is good about that restaurant. Ouch, that sounds terrible. Hello, Helen, did you leave the restaurant yet?
The restaurant that I reserved is owned by the parents of Mr. Wallace, our CEO.
What?
Because of people like him, the restaurant owners end up taking all the loss. I'm not letting him get away with this. Trouble Busters!
Oh, sir? What's the matter? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Okay. By the way, Sonoma. What is it? This restaurant is quite nice, but the restaurant that my parents own can be great too. I'm sure you're right. I won't complain though, since I never made a request. If a miracle happened and I got to host this celebration event at my parents' restaurant, I would have been amazed. Of course.
I'm so sorry that I didn't do my research thoroughly enough.
Melanie, don't worry about it.
But then, we're here to celebrate that our company has gone on the stock market. I can only regret not reserving this event at your parents' restaurant.
No, I never mentioned it to you guys, so you shouldn't have known. Don't worry about it. It would have been a miracle for you to choose my parents' restaurant for this event. And that miracle had already happened. I forgot how lucky Helen can get. I remember last year during our company trip, when we were playing bingo, she would always...
Bingo!
Not only is she ridiculously lucky, but she also ended up getting the grand prize, the luxury vehicle.
Yay! I feel like I'm the MVP.
Well, I guess we can enjoy my parents' restaurant on another occasion. No, let's go. What? If your parents are running a restaurant, we should celebrate this occasion there. Thanks for saying that, but that's not going to be possible, Sonoma.
That's right. We already made a reservation at this restaurant, and we can't possibly tell them that we're going to dine elsewhere at this point.
Melanie is right. That's way too selfish of us to do. Why would it be considered selfish? What do you mean by that?
Why do I have a bad feeling about what you're going to say?
We chose not to dine at this restaurant because this restaurant should have done better.
Should have done better.
We're customers.
Zero ethical values.
Lack of morality.
Hold on a second. If you're being serious, you're being absolutely ridiculous.
What? We ordered a course meal for the 100 of us. We can't possibly cancel on the day of the reservation.
That's right. We'll have to pay 100% cancellation fee, too. Since they're charging $120 per guest, we'll end up having to pay for $12,000.
$12,000? So what?
Huh?
A $12,000 cancellation fee's not that important, and I say this because, Melanie, you booked the reservation for this restaurant. But the reservation is under your name, right? Melanie booked it for me, though. You told her to book the reservation under your name. Well...
You can't pretend as if you don't remember. You wrote to tell me to reserve it under your name and that you'd protect me if anything happens.
I didn't mean it! That's enough! I'm sorry, Mr. Wallace. Just give me one moment to convince Melanie. We're trying to convince you! We ultimately chose this restaurant, so let's go ahead and enjoy this restaurant this time around. But I don't agree to this! Agree to this? We already decided to dine at this restaurant, so we're not changing that. We haven't ordered the first round of drinks yet, so it should be okay.
No, it's not okay.
What?
The reservation for the 100 of us is already fulfilled, especially since we're already here. We can't change it at this point.
Yes, we can. We're customers. If you're going to cancel your reservation on the day of, you're not considered our customer.
Exactly.
We prepped to serve all 100 guests for your reservation. You can't possibly cancel the reservation so last minute. That's your restaurant's fault for making me want to cancel it last minute.
You're at fault for canceling the reservation.
This is wrong, Sonoma. We're going to stay at this restaurant for today's celebration. No, that's not okay. I respect you from the bottom of my heart, Mr. Wallace. Our company is doing well, and we should celebrate this occasion at your restaurant. Well, I'm sure we would have had a great time if we hosted this party at my parents' restaurant. Right? There's no reason for us to stay at a restaurant like this. You bastard! That's Helen. I'm picking up her call. Hello, this is Sonoma speaking.
I canceled the reservation, so please make sure you pay the restaurant $12,000 on a later day.
What? Are you saying that you booked a reservation with our CEO's parents' restaurant? What?
I told you that earlier. Why are you repeating what I said earlier?
What have you done?
No, this was your fault.
Geez, I guess we have no choice.
This conversation isn't making any sense. Mr. Wallace's parents were very upset, and they said they would turn this into a huge problem later on.
Okay, stop crying. But you have a reservation for all 100 of us, right?
I'm not crying. They had the seats and food for all 100 of us, and that's because we had a reservation with them.
What? Are you saying that they prepped 100 meals for us, thinking that this day would come?
What kind of restaurant happens to prep 100 meals just in case of...
I see. In that case, let's go to that restaurant, even if it means paying a cancellation fee for the restaurant over here.
What? You can't head over anymore. I already canceled the...
Thank you, Helen. We'll be right there.
In that case, I'll have to ask them if they can still take us in. Are you going to be able to pay for it?
All right, let's go to your restaurant, Mr. Wallace. Oh, forceful. This is how loyal I am to you, Mr. Wallace.
Caution, caution. The owner of this restaurant has heard all that you said.
Each course that you reserved was $150, so for the 100 of you, you're going to pay $15,000. We'll pay that, okay? So stop complaining. You know, I really don't mind if we stay here instead. It's okay. Don't worry about anything. Sir, you're okay as long as we pay you, right? I'm not okay with this, but the very least you can do is to pay the cancellation. Just pay the damn money and leave. Damn it. $15,000 is a lot of money, but I can't be saying that. I'd lose a lot more than just the money if the CEO finds out about the last-minute cancellation. I'm gonna cancel that cancellation at Mr. Wallace's restaurant and act as if we were planning on being there to begin with. And that'll do. I need to make sure Helen doesn't spill anything. Who's she on the phone with? What are you talking about? I never intended to cancel this reservation.
You are lying. That is a big, fat lie. Mr. Sonoma, you decided to go with Mr. Wallace's restaurant at one point and decided to cancel it very last minute this morning.
No, this reservation was canceled because you misunderstood. Let's pretend that this was Helen's mistake. But Sonoma, you told her to reserve it under your name, right? Of course! She's not very dependable, and that's why.
You're being absolutely ridiculous. I would have been able to arrange this party without any help.
That's what you think, but in reality, since you gave her permission to use your name, you should be responsible for this matter. Yes, but then she's a grown adult who knows to be responsible. And as a grown adult and a boss of hers, shouldn't you be covering up for her mistake if this was her mistake? You're right about that, but you allowed her to use your name when she was making this reservation. In that case, you're responsible for this reservation instead of Helen.
This is why he's the CEO. His logic is completely structured and correct, and Sonoma can't even argue back.
But then, sir, Helen was choosing to be shady to me by hiding the fact that this restaurant was owned by your parents. You can exaggerate with your criticism against her all you want, but the decisions you've made won't change, and your responsibilities for what you've done won't change either.
This reservation was under your name, canceled by you. You're solely responsible for this.
We canceled the other restaurant, and we ended up canceling my parents' restaurant. Sonoma, what are you even trying to do?
The other restaurant's cancellation fee is $15,000, and for this restaurant here, it's going to be $12,000. This comes out to a total of $27,000. You might as well flush all your money down the toilet. Almost to a point where you're acting like a millionaire who's gone insane.
Shut up! Just let me focus on my conversation with Mr. Wallace! Mr. Wallace, everything was a lie! I already know by now that the main component of your brain is structured by lies! Sir, that's mean!
Other than that, bluff, greed. You're coming up with lousy lies with the most unintelligent brain in the world!
Stop criticizing me! I guess I have no choice. Mr. Wallace, Helen only informed me that she had this restaurant booked today.
What?
Therefore, I had no idea that she had this restaurant reserved until just today. Why did you sound so confident if you didn't know that we had this restaurant reserved? You even said terrible things about my parents' restaurant, too. Oh,
I heard him say that too. I'm sure I wasn't the only person, but there must have been a few others who heard you say terrible things, so you're not getting away by lying about this either.
I guess I don't have anyone on my side.
Who would ever choose to be on your side when you're canceling multiple large group reservations at different restaurants?
But then there are still 100 meals that were already prepped here, right? In that case, can't we just cancel the cancellation and resume the party here? What makes you think that you're entitled to demand that?
You are being extremely selfish. The restaurant isn't going to tolerate that request. I'm sorry, but I don't feel sorry for you at all.
I'm not trying to be cruel, but no one's going to be willing to help you out after betraying everyone's trust.
You did this to yourself.
Oh no! In that case, I would have been better off not canceling the reservation!
And you don't even deserve to say that.
You decided to cancel the reservation at the other restaurant despite the fact you had necessity to do so. There's nothing I can do to help you at that point. And for the cancellation at my parents' restaurant, you ended up needing to cancel it because you double booked the reservations, right? Well, to be more precise, it was the two of these team members' fault because they weren't talented enough to make me make up my mind on which restaurant to host this event.
Not talented enough? We don't deserve to be talked down to by you like this.
Sir, isn't there any way to make Helen and Melanie equally as guilty as I am, so we're each only a third guilty? Stop aggravating my frustration! Can't you tell that I'm trying my best to act as calmly as possible? Eek! I despise every action and decision you have made this time around. I don't even know what to say to you. But don't worry, I'm not going to do anything about you just because of this. Does that mean I get to keep my job? I said that I'm not going to do anything about you, okay? So, I'm sorry everyone, but we're going to have to cancel our event today. I also need to follow up with my parents too.
I'm so sorry. I should have told you that we were going to host this event at your parents' restaurant.
Well, yes, that's exactly right. Mr. Wallace, Helen is at fault too.
No, you are not entitled to find fault in anyone else.
I want you to stay out of this conversation, Sonoma. Oh! I'm sorry, but I'd like to excuse myself at this time. Oh no! He's going to hate me forever now! I tried to mask everything only because I didn't want to be in trouble!
You lied. You made last-minute cancellations. You're never going to be promoted unless you accomplish something that mankind has never accomplished before. Like Huan Chi, Chen Ping, or Fa Zheng. You'd have to be very unique but talented in something in order for you to be successful with your career.
Oh no! Don't say that! Please don't say that!
And this was how the whole incident that resulted in a $27,000 cancellation fee for Mr. Sonoma to pay had ended. At first, he seemed to be sad about what had happened, but it seemed like it only took a very short time for him to forget what happened.
No one else would have been able to afford the $15,000 cancellation. Oh, I guess it was my fault for not being on the right path with my life.
However, Mr. Sonoma, I have terrible news for you.
Huh? Terrible news?
The restaurant that I booked under your name the other day, it turned out that it was owned by the parents of the CEO of Full Max Company, which is the biggest client company that we conduct business with.
What? You're lying! Please tell me that you're lying!
I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
Oh no! Why were both of the restaurants that we reserved affiliated with our company?
Villains don't get to smile at the end of the story. Since Mr. Sonoma could only foresee what his future within this company was going to be like, he decided to voluntarily resign. He tried to look for a new job right away, but...
I heard that you canceled a large party reservation at the last minute at Mr. Wallace and Mr. Stevens' restaurants. What?
It seemed like the rumors spread across our industry regarding what he had done that day, and he faced challenges finding a new job. He registered his profile with a recruiting company to see if there's any company that's interested in taking him on, but I heard that he hasn't been having any luck.
Oh no! My wife broke up with me too! I'm struggling to pay off my debts because I haven't been making any income either! I told you that we'd be happy to hook you up with a job.
As for us, we decided to redo the celebration event on a different day. I want to contribute to the company so we can all continue growing together. Troublebusters!